Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie, and in this video I will be giving my thoughts on Stephen King's novella, The Breathing Method. The Breathing Method is the last story in Stephen King's 1982 short story collection, Different Seasons. And a fun fact, The Breathing Method won the British Fantasy Award for Best Short Story. The Breathing Method is a story within a story. An elderly man named David Adley tells us of his time at this sort of men's club in New York. Adley was a lawyer who got his invitation to the club from his boss. And this club wasn't really a club, so to speak, and it was unique in the fact that there was no dues or fees like other clubs, and there was no book to sign or any of the other things that normal clubs entail. So it was a little unique, and for many other reasons. It was simply a place where prominent, wealthy men would meet on Thursday nights to be around like-minded people, read good literature, drink good scotch, but above all of this, it was a place where one could hear a really good and interesting story. And especially the Thursday before Christmas, like Christmas Eve. So Adley tells us of one particular story that was told by a man named Emlyn McCarran. McCarran tells of his time when he was a doctor in 1935, and he met a young single woman who was pregnant, and he took her on as a patient. And a woman who got pregnant out of wedlock in 1935, because it was a different time, obviously, they were looked down upon and were harshly judged by society and the community, and it wasn't a good position to be in. However, Dr. McCarran found this woman's fortitude and determination very admirable. So they worked together, and Dr. McCarran was also one of the first doctors to utilize the breathing method before it became known as Lamaze. And obviously, I'm sure everybody knows that Lamaze is for helping women deliver babies. But back in 1935, it was kind of laughed at and unheard of to use Lamaze or the breathing method. And most times women were given ether and just knocked out during their delivery, and the husbands weren't even allowed in the room. So that's the way it was back then. Dr. McCarran's patient worked very hard learning the breathing method, and she studied and practiced all the time and really took it seriously. And Dr. McCarran really admired her, not only for the way she handled herself, considering her situation, being all alone and having everyone look down at her and treat her harshly for her circumstances. He admired the massive strength and determination she had because she was a fighter. And it was around Christmas Eve that her baby was due, and on a cold, snowy Christmas Eve, she went into labor. Knowing the weather was bad, she called a cab early in her labor, hoping to have plenty of time to make it to the hospital and meet Dr. McCarran so that they could use the breathing method during her labor. And unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. And because of the bad weather, the roads were dangerously icy. And the cab she was riding in got into an awful, awful accident right as they got to the hospital. After this tragic accident, we learned just how determined this young woman really is, and how she uses the breathing method to deliver her baby into the world under the most miraculous and macabre circumstances imaginable. Once again, I'm not going to give away the ending because the ending was the best part of this story, and I don't want to ruin it. So here are my thoughts. I thought it was a good little story. Was it my favorite? No. Did I hate it? No. I thought the beginning dragged a little bit, to be honest, and I found myself more interested in reading about Dr. McCarran's tale about the breathing method than I was about reading about David Adler and his experience at this bizarre club. Once I got past that and past David Adler's, description of the club, I really enjoyed it, and I really liked Dr. McCarran's tale with the breathing method and what happened to his special patient. When I got into that, I really enjoyed it, and I thought that the ending was amazing. It was so good, and like such a good Stephen King ending. Yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, not my favorite, but you get past the beginning kind of slow description of the club. It's the ending and Dr. McCarran's experience is it was pretty interesting. Oh, I almost forgot. Because each of the stories in different seasons have subtitles in accordance to the 4 seasons, the breathing methods subtitle is A Winter Tale. So those are my thoughts on the last novella, The Breathing Method, from Stephen King's 1982 short story collection, Different Seasons. And if you took time to watch this video, I thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. In my next video, I will be giving my thoughts on Stephen King's 1983 novel, Christine. And until then, long days and pleasant nights. Bye.